The gas station has surveillance cameras pointing out over that area of the Pentagon. Okay, no problem. As with McVeigh and the whole thing in Oklahoma, okay, do you want to see what happened? All this conspiracy theory and all that stuff? Look, okay, just sit down a minute. Let me just put the tape on. There you go, that's what happened. Those were confiscated, those tapes, on the morning of 9/11 and never been seen since. I mean, there's not surveillance cameras, there's surveillance cameras at the local shop. There's not surveillance cameras all the way around the Pentagon and looking in at the Pentagon. Put the tape in, darling, let's see, and we'll go away. No, we're not allowed to see. And that's one of the great red flags of this whole conspiracy stuff. When we seeing or hearing something would support the official story, we're allowed to see or hear it. When us seeing something would demolish the official story, we are not allowed to see or hear it. And that's why security cameras are working when they want to catch someone, and they miraculously cease to work when the true story of something like this would happen.
We have questions, Mr. President. Lots of questions. A lot of them are detailed in my letter, but trust me, there are hundreds more questions. As my letter chronicles, sir, the 9/11 Commission itself says they were lied to, deceived, and essentially prevented from carrying out a real investigation. The people of the United States and the world demand the truth, sir.
We have to continuously ask questions. That's what a patriot does. That's what a true American does. We ask questions.
You, sir, have the power as well as the responsibility to initiate a truly independent congressional investigation into the events of 9/11 as well as its aftermath. We want our country back, Mr. President. Therefore, I'm not just calling on you and your team. I'm calling on each and every American citizen to wake up, stand up, and demand the truth. We're counting on you, Mr. President. Be on the right side of history.
I'm aware that there's still some who would question or even justify the offense of 9/11. But let us be clear. Al-Qaeda killed nearly 3,000 people on that day. The victims were innocent men, women, and children from America and many other nations who had done nothing to harm anybody. And yet Al-Qaeda chose to ruthlessly murder these people, claimed credit for the attack, and even now states their determination to kill on a massive scale. They have affiliates in many countries and are trying to expand their reach. These are not opinions to be debated. These are facts to be dealt with. These are not opinions to be debated. These are facts to be dealt with.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th. Malicious lies that attempt to shift the blame away from the terrorists themselves, away from the guilty.
And then he said, better not say that too hard around these Secret Service agents. He lost a lot of their friends there.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never. These allegations are false, and I need to go back to work for the American people.
An inside job? How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you call yourselves patriots and heroes? If you say the government is in a conspiracy to take your freedom away, you are just plain wrong. There is no freedom.
That's a given when you're living in reality and haven't had your ethics adjusted to fit your salary. The profane have been blinded by the snakes to snub all of the love from those that are awake. They're walking dead, retarded in their bliss, convincing themselves the new world order don't exist. Hip-hop's love, what happened to Chris? He didn't get no love from parasitic Zionists. Record labels don't want consciousness, that ain't a doubt, bitch. Get the murder, crack, kill, that's what they about. Take a step back with an open mind and you'll accept that everything I'm spitting is direct fact. Culture creations, the science they perfected on, transforming their acolytes into Decepticons. Psychopaths from the Pentagon with their weapons drawn. This is common knowledge in the upper echelons. Everybody knows, 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 everybody knows.
Getting information turned out. And the commanders in the field, in effect, saying
9/11. I'll make your leaders spill their guts like they done took the serum. I'll make your teachers teeter on the edge and run the spectrum. It would behoove you to refuse to get up on the freight train. On second thought, if you get ordered to, it's way too late, man. As long as you comply, we'll keep you safe. That's how it goes. But those who do protest will go to camp. Everybody knows.
This has been a Payday Monsanto production. And I was so proud to be an American, you know, that is, until I realized the fact.
Well, gentlemen, the numbers are in. Recruitment is down 70% in the last 4 years. What say you, General?
I say what I've been saying all along. Reinstate the draft. It's the
That
only...
is completely unacceptable. Negroes and the minorities will go crazy.
Well, give them their black president and you can kill two birds with one stone.
I think the general has a grand idea. To be quite blunt, we'd be able to do whatever the fuck we want around the world.
I'll run that one up the ladder. Given the extenuating circumstances we find ourselves in, they just might go for it.
How did they do it? Well, I tell you how they didn't do it. People who couldn't fly Cessnas did not fly those planes into buildings with such perfection. This is one flight instructor, about two of them. It was Dumb and Dumber. I mean, they were clueless. It was clear to me they weren't going to make it as pilots. One of them was described as, one of them said, I was surprised you could even drive a car. And there we go. They flew these pilots. These two guys were supposed to be involved. They failed to keep up their flight training, and one of them left for the Yemen for a year. Maybe you learn to fly there, who knows. Mazawi, this guy who's kind of obviously mentally imbalanced, who they've used to highlight the whole thing again in this court case, he was described as a poor pilot who failed to obtain a license despite hours of training. So what did they do, this Al-Qaeda network? They found anyone who had any ability to fly a plane and said, get them, we'll have them. I mean, it's a joke. Arab terrorists were not flying the bloody planes, please. Yes, they were.
One of the guys, he can tell you I'm okay, all right? Here, move. You want to call your mother or something? Don't worry about me. You need to make calls right now.
It's all a frickin' lie, the whole bloody thing.